Hi, everybody. Welcome to a random live on a Sunday evening. Um, you'll hear my husband making a cup of tea in the background because that's what we do. I have tea, cup of tea, and some taro. So no one's going to be on yet because I still have 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 20 seconds to myself. Somebody's on before anything turns up. So don't forget there's always a delay. Hi, Gemma. So yeah, so I'm just on to do some readings tonight. I haven't shared it anywhere, so if anybody wants to share that into my magpie's nest, that would be absolutely great. Or maybe I should do that for myself. So yeah, I just thought I'd pop on and do some little readings. Hi everybody. I was supposed to be on at 8, and at 3 minutes past 8, I was still sat eating my tea, so I just updated it till past. So yeah, so if anybody fancies, oh, it's not letting me share it in there now, is it? There we go, group. So yeah, for those that aren't in my spiritual development course, today we had the first of our we had the first musings, and I was joined by the wonderful Natalie Huxley, and Alison May and Sammy came along later. There was somebody else that was in the Zoom with us, but they didn't interact. They were there to watch, which is absolutely valid. But yeah, in the spiritual development group, we sat and mused over. It was just an initial musing. We started with a journey that we've been doing recently, or anything we got from a journey recently, and it just kind of meandered around for 2 hours. But yeah, I'm starting to do little get together talks. I haven't told all my friends that I'm going to ask them to come in and talk with me in a group yet, but I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to try and bring in people who have specialities or modalities that they can come in and not necessarily teach you how to use it, but just talk about what they use and how they use it. And I don't mean like they're going to go, hey, you do this and this and this. I mean like it's just, like I use tarot in so many different ways. I use it for readings, and I do it for personal development, self-care, magic, all sorts. So yeah, it was just a thing where we could sit and muse. So next week I'm kind of going to do like a spirituality 101 kind of chat, and I'm going to make it about this time on Sunday. So if anybody wants to come and have that, it's not for people who are actively necessarily developing right now in their spiritual development, or anybody. And when I say spiritual development, I don't just mean, hey, you need to go and learn tarot, and hey, you need to go and learn runes, or hey, you need to learn astro dice. It's not that. Spiritual development is about so much more. It could be like people sharing their experience with meditation, yoga, food, using food as I don't know, being mindful when we eat our food. It's everything. Spirituality intersects so many aspects of our life, and I wanted to have a space where we could all share our paths. So yeah, so anyway, that's where I've been this afternoon at 3 o'clock, but I'm going to make it this time next week for that. Yeah, Gemma, thank you. You will be the first one that I get to. But yeah, today it was a musing. So, and Natalie doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to ask her to come and talk about all the herbal medicine planty things she does. She doesn't know this yet. Where am I going? Yarn. I'm telling a yarn. Let's go with the yarn. So hi everybody. I hope you're all not melting too much if you're in the UK. We're in the midst of a heat wave. The best thing was today. Why is that in two different directions? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I can't even tell you the point at which they changed directions. But yeah, I was walking along Plymouth Barbican's Day. Obviously, I live in Plymouth, and this is so weird. This is like a magic deck. It just is facing two different directions, and I can't tell you at what point they didn't. There we go. Extinction Rebellion, is it? They were protest or having a little march along today on Plymouth Barbican, and I just like their drum beat. And that, but the banner was what got me. It said, "The oceans are rising, and so are we." And I thought that was amazing. Whoever thought that up was so clever. Also, if you hear giggling and um, joy coming from there, I'm on a little circle, so it could be coming from a neighbour, and they've been having. It's been wonderful to hear them having fun and giggles today. So, which is another reason why I was a little bit later. So, Gemma, let's see, Gemma, 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 Gemma. Okay. I feel like I'm going to pull your rune as well. So I have a Queen of Cups, a Page of Wands, a Lovers, and a Three of Pentacles. And to me, this feels like I don't know how to explain it. How do I explain it? So a queen is ready for what she needs. A page isn't quite there yet. They intend to be ready for something. It's Page of Wands, so it's travel, physical. It's that oomph energy. I feel like emotionally, because we have the Lovers, and it's a choice. It's a huge choice that we have to fully research and understand what it is we're talking about, or deciding on. We have to gather all the information, and that's why communication is really important. We ask for the information, we get the information back. We then have the Three of Pentacles at the end, and that provides us a firm foundation to build our life up based on whatever's happening with this choice, this decision. Um, and with the Queen of Cups, I love this one because they're spinning. They're spinning. They're sat there spinning up the wall, ready to be used. And yeah, with the Page of Wands, it's like I want to start something, I want to do something, but I'm hesitant for whatever reason. I don't feel driven enough or passionate enough to do that, to commit to that. And I feel like what you're looking for is to know that the outcome of your decision is going to give you that solid foundation that you're looking for to build your life up on. So this could be, it could be a relationship with it being the Lovers, but it doesn't have to be. It's any kind of major choice. But when we get the Lovers, we think that it all has to be one thing or the other, and it doesn't have to be that way. There are other ways for that to also occur potentially. Sometimes it's not the binary yes or no. It's yes, no, and maybe, but what degree of yes and what degree of no. So there is often this middle path, this happy middle path that brings the most growth in the middle of that. And that's kind of where I'm at with this one, because we had the rune of Gabo, which is absolutely about give and take. And if I put my effort into this, am I going to get fair and equal exchange back? And then we have Otila, which is the house. It's the form of the home, the foundation. Okay. And this is the thing. This is like looking at, okay, well, if we make the decision to do this, I want this. To me, it feels like I would like, if I'm going to put all my effort into this, I want to know that you're coming back the other way. And that's kind of where I feel like it's with that Queen and King. It's with you. I feel like you are that Queen of Cups. Like, yeah, I'm all emotionally balanced, and I'm ready to go and nourish someone else as well, nourish myself, nourish them, and I'm ready to go. With the Page of Wands, there is hesitancy there. And that doesn't mean that he's not interested, because it's Wands. So it's like, I feel like this is the thing I should be doing. But with the Page of Wands, there's kind of something holding them back for whatever reason. Um, because obviously you want to make a choice. Do I stay and hope that it gets better, or do I leave? Because what we have has a really good base to build on top of. Um, yeah, page. Did you Five of Cups? So yeah, I would say We have a Page of Pentacles and a Five of Cups. And I feel like this is twofold. Obviously, I don't want to read too much into his energy, but I'm reading because I don't like doing third party readings because he hasn't necessarily consented to go into that too much. I just ask where it intersects your energy and what you need to know in this situation. There is hesitancy there, the feeling of not being able to commit to something for whatever reason. And that doesn't mean they don't ever intend to, because they're looking at the potential of, hey, I feel this is something I'm supposed to do. And hey, I know I'm supposed to plant this seed somewhere, but right now just isn't necessarily the right environment to be in a place to do that. And it's kind of like when somebody says, I know I want to marry you someday, but I'm not ready to get engaged yet. It's that kind, or I know we're supposed to be together, but I'm not ready to live together yet. It's that kind of energy. Like, I see this going somewhere, but I don't feel like I'm in that place to put that step now. There's a few things that need to happen for whatever reason before that, and we then have this Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is about being in a headspace where you are, everything you look at is what you've lost or what you don't have, and forgetting that you have this wonderful thing there ready for you if you just stop focusing on the sad and turn around. And that's much easier to do, to say than to do, and I appreciate that. And if it is to do with his headspace, it could well be that he is hesitant to commit because, Tara, can you turn the dishwasher off, please? It could be that he's hesitant to do it because he has lost before. He's put it out there before. It can absolutely be, but it's focusing on the things that aren't right rather than seeing that, normally there's the two cups behind that. There is this wonderful thing that can help balance you and counter out you. Um, and that kind of feels like that's where he is. I don't feel like there's no intention to ever have anything or do anything. It's just right now he's in a very negative headspace and emotional space. And he needs to process that before he can even consider committing to potentially moving, especially if it's Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles, moving and taking a commitment, like moving the houses together or whatever, especially with Otila there. Um, so it's not that he doesn't ever want anything. I just think he's in a place where he can't commit to anything right now for whatever reason. So if he is giving you a reason, um, it doesn't feel inauthentic. Um, and sometimes we want to commit so bad, but we don't feel like we're good enough. Like focusing on our losses, on where we're failing in some way, rather than seeing that we are more than enough for someone. So keep in touch and, like, tap in now and then, but this feels like it doesn't have to be an all or nothing decision. It doesn't have to be break up or commit. It doesn't have to be an ultimatum kind of decision. It can absolutely be, oh no, that's fine. If you see us going somewhere and you just need some time to sort like a headspace or whatever, just know I'm here to walk with you and support you. But right now I also need to focus on me. So we will, and whatever you need in that situation, because it doesn't show, there's such a great foundation here that you can actually kind of count on each other and you can support and you can build something. But right now he's just not in a place where he can even consider. And I actually think that's quite respectful to say, I see us going somewhere. Or I don't think he's actually said it, but to me, it's like, I actually see this going somewhere, but I'm not ready to be what you need me to be. Not because there's anything wrong with you, but because there is literally stuff I need to work on myself because I've not been ready before and I've jumped in too quick and it cost me a lot emotionally as well as everything else. So, because I think when something doesn't work out, he takes, where did I go wrong? It's my fault. And I don't think it is. Um, so yeah, it's a case of, if this is going long term, then you have to be able to have periods where you're apart and together and listening to each other. But I think the most important thing that's coming through with this is communication. Like, hey, I understand that your headspace isn't right now. Just be honest with the communication, and clear with that. Yeah, I don't think it's that he doesn't care or doesn't see it. I think he's just not ready. Yeah, the moon on the bottom. He's just got shadow stuff to do. And I think he just wants to be, I don't know if he's a bit of a perfectionist or asks too much of himself. Um, but yeah, it absolutely is, like, it does feel like an energy of, um, his mental health is not where his heart wants him to be, if that makes sense. Doesn't feel like a bad guy. He just feels very um insecure, unconfident of what he offers, which is ironic because I think that's you two mirroring each other. Because I think sometimes you think you're not good enough, or you don't have a lot to offer, and I think that you two are actually mirroring each other quite a lot on that front. So absolutely take the time for whatever either of you need to do, but communication is the big thing. So just say, hey, I know your mental health is overwhelming you, and I know, however, you know, need for me, I will give you all the space you need, but I just need a little bit of communication because my anxiety does this. So could you just let me know one way or the other what's happening? It doesn't have to be, it can just be, hey, I'm not quite there yet, or whatever. Just keep me in the loop. And it's just keeping that line open, because and I get it, like if you're anxious or I often, when I'm stressed, I just retreat. Alison will tell you, I had like times and I just retreated off and I went, "Whew," I just disappeared for 3 days completely, to the point where she messaged Terry going, is Kayleigh okay? Um, but now she's like, oh, Kayleigh's doing her thing where she just goes away, has her thoughts for a little while, and then comes back again. And it's like nothing happened, because nothing really happened. It wasn't what happened between us. I just disappeared for a couple of days because I was going through something and I wanted to process that. And some people do that. Some people process better together and some people process on their own. It depends also on what they're processing. So just make sure that you keep in contact. And now I've learned, when I'm having a day or 2 or 3 where I'm hiding away from the world, I just go, I'm alive, I'm fine, I'm just processing something. Yeah, absolutely. So if something went wrong before, yeah, and it doesn't, I mean, it's still quite new, so it's okay to keep it fun. It's okay to have play. And it's okay to, you know, you're two jigsaw pieces that are trying to find, where how you fit together. And that takes a little bit of sanding here and filing there. And, oh, we've got a bit of friction. How do we, what's happening? What does this even mean? Does it click? How do we click? And it's not that you lose a part of yourself along the way. That's not what I'm saying. It's kind of this, how do we now fit together? And when there's something that jars it, is there an adjustment that needs making? Or you're only going to do that if that's, and the most important thing is that it's equal exchange, that you're both honest. And it does feel very much like communication is the main thing with that. I hope that's useful in some way, Gemma. He doesn't feel bad, though. He doesn't feel bad. He just feels scared, if I'm honest. Scared of commitment, which would make sense if what you're saying is true. Okay. Hi, Gail. Okay, Tracy hand. Whoop. Okay. Hierophant. Are you choosing between teachers? What is that? Ace of Pentacles. Six of Wands. You're so welcome, Gemma. These men's folk need to learn how to talk. They need to learn how to communicate. Okay, Tracy. Let's get a couple of runages and see what's happening with you. Okay. Your path to, no, Gail, it's just wherever I'm drawn. I don't do lists, because then I feel bad if after an hour I'm tired and somebody's still on the list and I'm doing them disservice by being tired and reading for them. They're going to get an ineffective read. So I just go where I'm drawn with whoever's on at the time and go there. The only way I'm honoring the paid read, the ones that have donated. I honor those, just because I would hate to donate to something and I don't know, I'd feel like I was letting someone down if I didn't honor a donation or a tip or whatever, monetary exchange, in whatever way you want to call it. This feels like a new teacher. I feel like you have one teacher. I feel like there's another teacher. And this is weird because I'll show you the card, right? Okay, so this is the gatekeeper. This is the person that has the wisdom. And then there are two acolytes at the bottom, the ones that are looking to study or move through to the next phase or level up or something. And because it's kind of a rite of passage, right? So, but I feel like this is the other way round. Like, you're like, okay, I've got these two teachers that want to teach me something. Maybe it's exactly the same thing that they're teaching you, and you're deciding which one that you're gonna go with for whatever reason. Because to me, this feels like there's a commitment involved, like some sort of material sacrifice, whether that's time, effort, energy, commitment, but you want to go into it and commit solidly, truthfully. And again, that Ace of Pentacles has two mirroring flowers on it. But there is an opportunity to study with someone, and I think there's conflict around doing that for whatever reason. We then have the oh, how cool. Um, we then have the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is kind of success. There's almost like a networky kind of energy to it as well. Because the one that's kind of lifted up has the stitches attached to that. I think it's recognizing that you don't have to be the same as everybody else to be a success. There's also a lot of protection around you right now. And we also have Gar, who is the rune of it doesn't really matter what direction you go in, it doesn't matter what person it is that you learn from in a way, or what path you decide to go with, you'll still end up where you're supposed to. Like, even if you skip the person now, like these two options, right? Even if you pick one over the other right now, you can still mesh and weave what you learn from several people. So say it's like, I don't know, you wanted to learn plant medicine and you wanted to learn drumming and you wanted to learn, I don't know, soul language, and you've got the three things. Even if you picked, I don't know, what was the first option? I'll just say drumming. And then you're like, oh, I wish I'd done that. That opportunity kind of isn't going to pass you by, because what you're doing is actually weaving the different elements that you want till you have this kind of meshed experience. You can't really go wrong because you'll be guided. There's kind of no wrong decision which way you go in that situation. But at the end of the day, it's all to recognize that it's what you are, not I want to be like them, because they're not there to mentor you to be like them. They're saying, hey, this is what I have. Take that and do you. Do it your way. Because that's the point, right? You're just being given tools, hooks, so that you can weave your own practice, so you can weave your own development. And like I said, with that with the protection rune and where you're supposed where you just are supposed to be, that is there for you. It's almost like you'll end up exactly where you're supposed to, no matter which kind of teacher you choose. And maybe you learn a bit from one teacher and there's someone that's very similar, and so you learn what you do from this person and then go and learn from them, and then you have all the skills. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. So yeah, you'll have a male teacher at some point as well, by the way. A mentor's different to a teacher as well, by the way. A mentor kind of, yeah. A mentor, yeah. But there will be more than one teacher. It's just, I I don't know. Why does this feel? I don't know what that is. It's not bad. It just feels ish. I don't know. What is that? I don't know. They're literally just showing me a bowling alley. Bing, 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 bing. Bounce from one to the other until you find your path and your stride. You don't. You don't need all the help you can get. You don't need that at all. I think this is the thing. I think you don't realize what you have already. And so it's not help you need. It's not help you need. You just need the teachers for the things you want to learn and someone to remind you that everything's valid and to not put so much on yourself. Tea tastes weird. To not put so much on yourself of expectations. Take the pressure off. I don't know what that is. It's like lackluster. Is that the best way to describe what I'm just kind of sat here going, oh, you know when you hype something up to be something? It's not quite what I thought it would be. And I don't know if that's something that you're trying to do or something you're going to try to do and it's not what I thought it was going to be, or that didn't turn out the way I thought it would turn out. Maybe that's why I'm saying teacher and mentor are two different things. Maybe you need one of each. I don't know, but there's something about a lackluster, but don't take that as it went wrong because you're going to end up where you're supposed to. The experience had to happen. There's a reason it's part of the journey. I don't know what that is. I hate it when they don't tell me. I'm not supposed to know either. Okay, right. Hopefully that's helpful, Tracy. It's probably not, but I hope it is. That's a weird feeling. I don't know if you felt like that had to be one or the other. It didn't have to be one or the other. There was a choice, and it didn't have to be one or the other because you could do from both. Maybe not at the same time. That's really weird. That's very weird. But yeah, there's like a lack. Oh, that's not what I thought it was going to be. I made the wrong choice. That doesn't mean you can't then have the other choice. I think that's what I'm getting. Like, oh, that didn't give me what I thought I was going to get. And so I'm going to that one. Sorry, anyway, I've just noticed I didn't clear the table. But yes, it just feels like that. You don't have to do everything all at once, and you can learn from one and then go and learn from another and then from another and then from another. And sometimes, yeah, you can learn from two at once. I did. I was a May sandwich for a while. I had one teaching me one thing and the other sat with me going, yep. And now I go to each one for different things. By the way, that's in reference to them teaching me. I'm not the ham in a May sandwich. So, yes, Sarah, yes, you can. That jumped. Balance. If you're trying to choose between two things, yeah, two things. Ask the questions. Ask the questions. And don't worry about it's about cutting through and getting to truth for these two. Tracy, I can guess what bits just come up if Tracy's doing laughy faces. At the moment, there's two things and they're out of balance for whatever reason. And you want to get them back into balance or back into, I don't know if one thing is taking over something else, and it's about getting them back into balance. And that may well mean having to have conversations, brutally honest conversations. And I don't know if that's with yourself, like what your commitments are, and reviewing that and finding if there's another way, doing a bit of research and playing around to see if there's another way of these two things. I don't think it necessarily has to be one or the other. I think it feels like one or the other, but there is a way to balance the two of them. And if you are having to choose one or the other, then you have to look for which one's going to give you the emotional fulfillment. I feel like there are two things, and one, I don't know if this is like two things that cost. There are two things that cost money, and one's a bigger financial investment than the other. And I think that you really want to do one, but it's cost. Do research, shop around. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. That's cool. One of the extra cards just came out. Trying to get the house straight, garden straight. Oh, okay. Ask for help. If you need help, ask for that help. Maybe this is you're doing everything and somebody else isn't then, and it's about you should be doing equal. And then you have the Knight of Swords, which to me, yeah, absolutely would be. Thank you for that. That helps. You need to tell someone. Oh, geez, what did I just do? You need to tell someone they need to help you. You need to ask for that help because I don't think this person's necessarily going to do anything until you go, hey, do you know what? The only thing I would say is don't get angry and shout at them. Just go, hey, look, I'm not being funny. This needs to be done next week, and it's actually impossible for me to do all of it myself. Also, you have open yourself, trust your intuition, and cherish the journey. Popped out. Yeah, hard work. I don't know if you're doing the lion's share of that work, Ace of Cups. If you need help and support, if you need someone to help you sort that, because I think this just feels, I don't know if there's an emotion. Delayed until another day. Oh my God. So yeah, there's angry point. The anger. I feel the anger. I have the High Priestess, which again is trusting your instincts. This is going to be really weird advice. Sleep on it and ask again, because I feel like you're going to get guidance in your sleep. That's really weird, right? Also, we have the Queen of Swords and the Magician. I don't know if you're just not talking to them now. I just don't know if you're like, nope, I don't want to talk to you. You've upset me. Make it fun. Make it a fun activity. Oh my God, now I've got Mary Poppins, Spoonful of Sugar in my head. That's the second time this week I've had that song in my head. It's hard work. It's going to sound weird, but it's like calmly. And I don't know why. I don't think you're an angry person. I just think they've really peed you off. And it's, oh. Ah, okay. Because I have the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords, and it's almost like that's coldness. Like, till you help me, I'm not. This is not available to you right now until you do that. Till you help me. You could always hire someone to do it for you and then go, you're paying the bill. You wouldn't help me. You wouldn't help me. So I went and got someone that could help me. I don't know if this is an ongoing pattern, though, that it's always you and it's always left to you and you ask for help and it doesn't get given. And it does feel like you carry more of the burden than they do. And I don't know if they go, oh, yeah, but I'm working all day. And you're like, I'm going to work. I need you to help me do this before I go to work. Because if we don't do it now, it's going to overwhelm us when I go to work. And they're not realizing that they are also responsible and that actually in a minute, the scales are going to tip and they're going to have to actually help out too because you're going to be at work. So it's actually going to make more work for them in the long run if they still have to do all the things. I feel like it has to be unemotional conversation because I don't know if they rile you up and you get frustrated and you're like, oh, screw you then. I'll do it myself. Because almost like if you end up doing it yourself, it's like they've won, right? They can, um, exactly. I just think that they do it so that you don't ask them. I think they did that as perhaps as a child. Like their mum went, oh, do you know what? I'll just do it myself. It's easier. And it's like, no, this is going to sound weird, but what if you don't do it and then they realize what you do and then they're like, oh, I need to pull my weight. I don't even know if this is even down to, yeah, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is someone that only speaks when they have to speak. They don't get emotionally played. Help me. Thank you. I wouldn't worry about a stress therapist. They want to worry about having a stressed wife. This really is being, it does. I've had the Judgment and the Hermit. I don't know if you're reassessing things, like it's having a bigger, profound effect more than just it's really peeing me off. It's like this is really peeing me off and you don't seem to care. What? And then it's the assessment of everything. Terry, that doesn't taste very nice. That cup of tea, it's horrible. It tastes off. It tastes like cabbage. I haven't been doing for months and now it's a bomb site and hideous, so I decided to try and get it sorted. Well, you're brave. You're brave to sort out, and I'm terrible at sorting anything out. Clearly, I didn't even tidy my table before I came on here. But that's not mine, and that's not mine, and that's not mine. Actually, other than the stand, none of that's mine. So anyone can ask a question. Donna Broadstock, I can absolutely have a look. Do I know? I don't know, but I can ask the cards if you will be getting your license back soon. Donna Broadstock. 10 of Cups. I think you'll be happy when you do. If you were given a time scale, so yeah, we have 10 of Cups, which is yes. And then we have the 3 of Wands and Temperance. I feel like whatever they gave you as the middle time scale to return that, you know, like if they say like, I don't know, it'll be between 10 to 14 days, then it would be like 12 or 13. It would be kind of the middle of that by a couple of. It would be very middle of the road. Literally, I'm getting middle of the road of the time scale. Yes, and you'll be happy, but it will be the middle of the road of the time scale. I don't know if I'd be able to read that because I can ask why it didn't work out between the two of you, but as to reading them, that would be a third party reading. But I can see where the intersection was between the two of you if you want. Like if it was you or if it was that sounds really shallow and simple, but that's not what I mean. Like if there was some dynamic within the relationship or if it was them. But if it's like their shadow, why they couldn't, then I'm not really comfortable going into theirs, if that makes sense. That feels like I'm reading him completely without his consent. Hi, Zoe. Okay. Let's see. This is not my deck. Hang on, I need to change the deck. Go that way. This one. You know when they just shout at you and go, "It's not my day today." Yeah, it's fine. Let's see. Is this going to sound weird? It was always supposed to be a karmic. I don't think that necessarily. You were supposed to cross paths, and I think it felt fated, but it was because it was a karmic. I can imagine, Donna. There was something karmic about it. I don't know if, like, you're very capable on his own. He's very capable on his own. I don't know if he wanted to look after you in some way. You're like, yeah, but I'm independent. But with him, I have the Ten of Swords, which to me would be, oh, you ended it yesterday. That would be why he's feeling all Ten of Swords, like, she cut me and it's done on my back and I'm in pain. I don't know if you don't think you were supposed to be together and you just. They've been committed before and gone too quick. I don't know if I'm just because I have like they never really healed from something that had been done before. And there's almost like a hesitancy to. It feels like they went very fast and then they pulled back, like, oh, I've gone too quick again, and then in, and then, oh, I've gone too quick again. Instead of doing the healing work and going slowly and building up slowly or solidly or making any kind of solid progress, there was just this kind of, oh, fast and then nothing, fast and then they just never healed from stuff that had been done before. And so they kind of said things, and it wasn't that they didn't intend to back it up. They just didn't think it through before they said things. Like words came out quickly, and then it does feel very karmic rather than. Yeah, that's too many things. It was a karmic relationship because there was a lesson from the imbalance for your storyline. For his, um, it feels like he'd never healed over something properly. Like fear is what actually held him back from doing things, moving properly. I don't know if there was almost like a people pleasing aspect to it. Like, I'll give you that, and then not actually doing the thing, like saying, "Hey, yeah, we can move in together." And then when you're like, "Well, hey, okay, that's great, but when are we moving in together? Like, should we start looking for places?" Or, and then it's like, "Oh, backtrack a little bit." But for where that intersects with you, there was, yeah, that makes sense. So you have Five of Pentacles. You felt there was lacking commitment or lacking something of material um, aspect to it. You weren't getting what you were looking for. So you prioritized yourself. It's almost like you've been getting over for a while so that it was easy for you to detach. You've been detaching emotionally for a little while, self-preservation almost, and then made the decision to cut it. And I don't feel like it was an ultimatum kind of thing. It's like, hey, do you know what? No. Yeah. I don't think he was necessarily ever going to change until that went the other way. Do you know what I mean? Until he healed whatever it was that had happened before, I don't think that was ever going to change. I hope that's helpful. Cool. Okay. Thank you for that confirmation. I'm not gonna lie, every time I'm like, I hope that's good enough. Yeah, it is. Cool. Okay. So if you would like a reading, let me know. Mary Greenlaw. Kayleigh, I would love to know if my boyfriend was live separately, will it work out better? Please and thank you. Of course I can. Let's get these. See, I've pulled this moon card out. Clearly, anything anyone's gone over with the full moon last week is coming through now. Oh, my candle's about to go out. Okay, let's see. Mary. If they live separately, will it work out better? So what I'll do is I'll pick live separately and live together, and I'll tell you what each of them say. So live separately, 6 of Wands, that's good. Live together, 7 of Cups. I'll get clarification on that. I think it's better if you are separately at the moment, at least at the moment, because there is, and it's not that it's a bad relationship. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's safe for you not to live together. I just think that right now, the two of you together means you can, it just sounds weird, because it's less, not intense. Is that what I'm looking for? All I can see is the thought of you living together, something induces anxiety in you. And until you work out what that is, because I don't know if you think it's one thing and actually it's something very different. And when you actually look at the thing that's the problem, like what the hesitation is, the anxiety comes from somewhere. Following that back, I don't know, there's something that on the face of it, you can't work out why, but it doesn't feel right. And until you understand it more, you're not willing because it feels wrong until it feels right. Okay. So if you're having anxiety around living together, there's a reason, and it's not necessarily so yeah, sorry. So look at all the options. Living together now, living together in a minute, living together, not living together at all. At the moment, the most successful outcome for you as it stands at the moment would be to live separately. And like I said, it's not a never ever with the living together, but there's something about it that feels off. Or you may say, hey, it's anxiety because, I'm worried that it's a big commit. It's just anxiety around it. There's a reason you're feeling anxiety. I don't know if it's you or him. This is what I'm saying. You need to go through. Is it me? Is it him? Is it that it's a big step? Is it that, we'd have to, I like my own space. That's what I'm saying. You need to go through and go, is it me? Is it that I'm not ready for this? Or is it that it's assessing all the different aspects of it and going, is it me? Is it where did I get that from? Where did that fit? And just following that thread to see what is truth and what is fear, if that makes sense. That's why it doesn't feel right now, because there's things that you want to get more information on before you're ready to commit, if that makes sense. And it's not saying that you won't ever, yeah, you will one day, but if there's something about it being not right now and looking at why not right now, why not this thing, because you do have the Four of Wands, which is, yes, a house together, a safe spot on the road on your journeys together, but it's yeah, it's only you can answer that. Temperance. Where are you compromising and where are you settling? I feel like that's part of it. Where is there imbalance? Why does something, you know, if you move together now, is it forcing something? Does it feel forced, like you're forcing yourself to do something? Or is it truly you're moving in together because it's the path of least resistance? It's inevitable that this happened. Like that's where you're naturally going towards. Temperance is all about the path of, it's like a river at the top of a mountain finding its way down, that it always finds its way to the sea, but it goes with the path of least resistance where it needs to go. They've been living together for a year. Oh, okay. If it feels right to you, if it feels right to do that and then come back together later, then do that. Did you move in together because it was only supposed to be temporary? Or at least you moved in because you thought it was only going to be a temporary thing. Is there something about that? I don't know. That's just what I saw. I feel like there's something that you're not getting yet that you're happy that you need for you to feel like, yes, I'm ready to do that. Oh, you dated for a year. Okay. Oh, okay. Trust your instincts. There's a reason why you've thought about we were doing very well. Then all of a sudden, after living together a year, he's not intimate anymore. Ah, okay. That would explain that Ace of Wands as well. Okay, so the two cards that were in the place of living separately, there was successful and also an Ace of Wands. And an Ace of Wands is literally sexy energy. Yeah, go get some rest. Thank you for letting me read for you. It always means the world. I know you always pop on from YouTube and it means the world. Yeah, there's a reason. There's a reason. Ace of Wands is also there. So I don't know if like this, you know how you have some distance makes the heart grow fonder. It's that kind of energy. So yeah, let me know if you want a rune or you want a card. Hopefully that helps in some way, Mary. Oh my God, I've just seen a saddie cry face. I really hope that's not a bad thing. That's not a real bad saddie. You're so welcome. Okay, Tina Shelton. Let's see. You have a card. Ace of Pentacles. I like that. Ace of Pentacles. There's mountains on that as well. I don't know if you're looking to move somewhere that's mountainous, like not right now, just one day. Like if that's where you're looking to move or look towards that being a long-term goal for you to have something to do with the mountains. I really want to say Japan. I don't know why, but it's almost like starting to put things in place. Like if you want that to be what happens, like if that's where you want to move to or if that's where you want to travel to, feels like it's a long-term goal for you to make this happen. Oh, the beach. There are beaches near mountains. Do you know, where we used to live in Lossiemouth, you'd stand on the beach and it was like being down here in Devon, but perhaps a couple of degrees cooler. And you'd stand there on the beach and go, this is amazing. And then you'd kind of turn around 180 and you'd see all the mountains of the Highlands in the background. It was beautiful. Maybe it just feels like a mountain, like you'll never get to go there. But yes, whatever this is, this Ace of Pentacles, I feel like for you, you don't feel like that's an option right now for you to do this. And that's why it feels like it's a long way away for you to either make it feels like moving somewhere. And it's like having to move mountains, like to make changes. But it feels like because there's a lack of resources to do the thing right now, that's why it feels like it's a long way away. Like right now, it's not an option that you can even consider. But by working on the finances and saving up, that is something that you would be able to do. And I know that's really mundane. Yeah, you will get there. You will get there. Is it a holiday? There's a lot of anxiety. What is that around? Yeah, and that's what it feels like. Like I would love to go and do that, but right now it's not that. And don't forget to reassess things sometimes. Like, hey, is there a way that we could put more away? Do we need to, if there's constriction, can we put a little bit less away? I know it makes the goal a bit further away, but look at reviewing it from time to time, like what the plan is, where you want to go, whether prices have increased, whether you need to do whatever. Because I do feel like there's stuff like, I don't know if you're worried that the housing market's going to drop or not drop. I don't know. And not taking on too much. So don't do that. Don't think you have to, do all the overtime in the world. It's better that it takes a little bit longer and you're not so exhausted when you get there. You can then really savor it after retiring. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing that you could burn yourself out if you work too hard. Right now it feels like a wish, right? But you will. You just got your real estate license? That is so cool. Well, then you know the inside stuff. You know the best way to go about it. And you will be able to. I don't know if this is a thing that you've not been able to put money away, but you will be able to. There will be enough money hopefully coming in. You have the Nine of Cups, so if it's what you really want, you'll have enough money left over, money coming in. There will be enough excess for you to consider putting some away to make sure that you have what you need for you to be secured in the future. You will be financially independent with or without someone else as part of that. Of course you can, Sarah. I hope that's useful, Tina. Okay, let's have a card for Sarah. You got the Ace of Pentacles. Huh. The Sun. Oh, you're currently single? Well, that's good. That means you'll be able to have whatever life you want. You don't have to consider someone else, Tina. Even better. I like that because the card was actually the single ladies card. Apparently, Beyonce is singing with Lady Gaga tonight, so I can have a look into that in a minute, Aline. Aline? Aline. I'm going with Aline. Sarah, for you, I have the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. I don't know if something's holding you back from deciding to do something, to commit to something, to make a decision or move on something. There is clarity coming in for you. And when you have all the information that you're looking for, you will be able to make a decision whether you claim this opportunity or not. But this fresh offering, so it's an Ace of Pentacles. So this can be a house move, a job move, whatever. That opportunity isn't going to go away for you. So if you want to move house, one will turn up. If you want a new job, it will turn up because it's there for you to claim if you choose to. And you will know, this is really weird, you will know when to claim it because everything will be clear. It will become apparent to you. You have the Strength card and you have the Chariot card. Chariot card is travel, movement. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're traveling soon, right? I think someone's about to you don't have to do anything. Everything's going to be apparent without you having to do anything. Yeah, Six of Wands, success. You don't have to do anything. Just stay balanced, stay focused on you, what you need, navigate that. Clarity is about to come up. You just have to write it out. It's almost like, hey, I live in England and this part's exciting because I'm hearing this stuff. Yeah, Hanged Man. And this is literally what I was about to say. How funny is that? It's literally giving them enough rope to do the job themselves. Do you know what I mean? They will, give them the space, let them. It's like having free reign. Yeah, you go show yourself for what you truly are. You do all that because they're going to slip up themselves. You haven't got to do anything. You just get the joy of, I told you so. I told you that this was the situation. And then it's, oh, I should have listened to you. And then obviously you have the option of whatever. That's what you then need, right? You just need that clarity, that thing to be gone. And then that helps you have a kind of, maybe it's a relationship, new beginning. It feels like that. I feel like she is literally let her own behavior will make her come unstuck. You haven't got to do anything. You haven't got to lift a finger. Just be you. Just stay strong, stay in your lane, do your thing. As my dad always says, every dog has its day, and depends which way you take that, doesn't it? My dad always said, just bide your time. Every dog has its day. And I I don't know whether that's a good. All I took from that was, oh, I'll have, the underdog finally gets seen. But really, sometimes every dog has its day where it, I don't know. But it feels like you don't have to do anything. You literally just have to wait it out and they will do the job themselves. Yep. Their lies will be revealed by themselves as well. Oh, they will die on their own sword. I love that so much. Their tricks aren't going to work. They're trying to be manipulative. They are not clever enough to keep carrying out their lies. It feels good for you. You literally have the Sun card there. So, yeah, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. It will all become apparent on their own. I feel like something will happen and she won't know he's there, or you know what I mean? Like, say something thinking he's not, and he'll overhear it, or she'll slip up with something she says. I don't know. You don't have to do anything. She'll do it herself. Okay, Aline, I have a really bad shoulder. Why? Well, I can have a look. Is it this one? Is it the left one? Hi, Karen. I feel like it's forever since I saw Karen. How is your sweet baby granddaughter doing? You're so welcome, Sarah. And you know I would tell you if that was not the case. Okay, Aline, for you, I feel like there needs to be strengthening aspects to this. So I don't know if this is like deferred back pain, like there's actually something happening in the back, and I'm not a doctor, by the way, but this is what I'm getting, that there's actually some pain in either the neck or the spine, which I'm very aware the neck is the spine, and it's deferring the pain into the shoulder. I don't think it's the actual shoulder. So what it's telling me is to go and make a plan. So I don't know if this is a case of go and get it checked with the doctor, which I'm always going to recommend. Go and get it checked with the doctor. But I feel like there will be some sort of physio to help build strength back up in the muscles around it. There needs to be a plan of how to build the strength back up. And I feel like once that happens, the relief will come. So yeah, if you can, and I always recommend it, go and see the doctor. But it does feel like there is something in the neck. I don't know if it's like just tension in the neck, and it's literally deferring it down the left shoulder. But yeah, go and get that checked. I'm not a doctor, but that's literally what it's telling me. Sable Alexander. I don't know why I didn't put Aline on there. Okay, Sable. I love that I'm doing that, and then as I'm finishing up the other one, the next one comes in. I love it. Okay, Sable. Oh my God, I've got a song. I really want to say it's the Italian Job. Self-Preservation Society. And that's literally what it is. It's like you have to do what's right by you. And I know that's about, hey, we're going to do what we need. We're going to take something to make us feel better. And I don't know if you claiming what is rightfully yours feels wrong for you. Because I don't know if when you do things, some people tell you that your is literally like self-preservation, and it's like it's not. Well, it is, because that's the minimum I need to survive, but you're now punishing me for taking the minimum. So you're taking less than the minimum for whatever reason. But there's an opportunity coming up for you, and it is absolutely justifiably yours to claim if you wish to take it. If it feels right for you to do that, this is a call for your intuition, by the way. If it feels right to you that it's the right thing for you to go and claim it, go and claim it. If someone's telling you it's not your place, or you're not ready for it, or that you shouldn't be doing it, don't listen to them. You're not to be listened or emotion, because I feel like somebody's saying you're not ready for it, but I feel like they're doing that to preserve themselves, when really it is rightfully right that you should go for that opportunity. I really hope that makes sense. I don't know if this is like a promotion, or it just feels like somebody wants it, but they're trying to, it's almost like instead of improving themselves, they're trying to pull you down. That's literally what it feels like. They're trying to take you out the race so that you don't have the thing. But actually, if you feel it's yours and you feel it's right for you to go and do that, do that. Yep, your intuition is on point. And then we have the Seven of Cups and we have the Emperor, which would suggest potential promotion. But yeah, it's yours. If it feels like it's yours, claim it. And you have the Sun, joy. It may not be up right now. It may be that this opportunity is coming up for you. Did I have the Emperor within the next month? Possibly. And the Sun is Leo season. And we're about to go into Leo season. I had the High Priestess. I feel like a friend who feels it because they feel like they've known you. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if someone's going to try. Oh, no answer. Great. Yeah. I feel like this thing's going to happen in the next month. And they're telling me false friend, but I don't think it is I feel like it's a friend who has known you a while that suggests you don't do something. But if it feels right to you, trust your instincts, trust your intuition. Okay. Right. That feels like hopefully that's useful, Sable. If that's the new job, then with the Sun there, that means that it should all be golden at work. You are good enough. And don't be afraid to ask questions. I don't know if you're being trained by someone and they see how capable you are, and that feels like a threat. If you get a weird vibe, like they feel threatened by you, and then make out that, hey, you shouldn't be asking that question. That's not your place. Da, da, da. Feel free to ask the questions. Feel free to ask the questions and ask someone else as well if you want to, if that's possible. Yeah. Okay. I know it's only been an hour today, guys, and I'm really sorry I was a little bit late on than what I said I was. I fully intended to be on at 8, and then there was people partying, and then I had tea late, so it was about half an hour later. But I want to thank everybody who allowed me to read for them, or don't or get sent tips, money, whatever, if they wanted it in exchange for a reading. I really hope everybody got what they needed tonight. That's the real reason I do it. Don't tell my that's really bad business model, isn't it? I don't do it for the money, but it's true. I don't do it for the money. I'm very lucky that my husband supports me, so I can do that. But yeah. But yeah, so I've still got the spiritual development group open. Next week, I'm going to do like a spirituality 101 kind of overview of a few things and talk about them. And then, so yeah, if anybody wants to come and join the spirituality group, feel free to do that. It's literally, if you type in Magpie Moonchild, it will come up as one of the groups, because that's how I find my groups. I just type in Magpie Moonchild, and you'd think I would know how to find them another way, like a normal way, but I don't. I just type in Magpie Moonchild every time and try and find my group that way. But yes, so I will be back on in the week. I don't know if it will be like morning time this week, because it's a really hectic week for me with regards to one of my children finishing primary school. So there's like Leavers discos and events that involve buses on the last day of term and stuff. So, and we have a play we have to go and watch, as well as a Leavers assembly. It's quite the week. I swear this stuff didn't happen when I was 11, but it's beautiful. Today I've gone and bought fabric pens to write on the t-shirt, and a memory book. I've given her a book so they can all write a memory or a message to them. So like as the week goes through, hey, do you want to write in my book? Do you want to write in my book? So yeah, what else? So yeah, there's that. I'm going to put up details about the tarot course this week. I'm just going to pop that up once a week. Yeah, I'll be up for a live at some point. Hopefully I can connect with Laura. We were going to go live again this week, so I'll connect. But again, I don't know if that'll be daytime or evening. But yeah, next Sunday evening, this time next Sunday, I will be doing a little chat in my spirituality development class, and I'm going to do at some point in the next couple of weeks. I just want to get the kids off school, work out what is going on with my life with settling into the holidays, and then I'm going to teach my Tarot 101 class again, that very basic bare bones course for tarot where I just kind of go over the basics. I'm going to teach that again in a few weeks' time. So I will share it in on this page. I'm not going to deliver it on this page, though it is exclusively going to go in the spirituality development group from here on in, just because it's a tool that, yes, I do for free, but it's so people can develop. And I don't want to block this wall up with people that don't want to develop. I want to put it up with people that have readings and, want the little bits. So hi, Jesper. So yeah, hopefully I'll have a great week. Tomorrow is a heat wave. It's going up like 6 degrees from today. I just worry about my puppy and my cats in this heat. So, but yeah. So I will be in the week. If I don't see you through the week, I will see you at the weekend. If I haven't been on by Friday night, then I will be on Saturday. I'll try and endeavour to be on at least once this week. It's the minimum I commit to. Is there anything else? No, I think that's it. So I will see you all later. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.